Welcome.
Thank you both for watching. Am I referring to us, or I guess there are others? There is another. There is another.
I didn't get to advertise the show today. So, this is on me, Paul.
No, I also didn't get the word out that we're doing one until about an hour ago. So anyone who shows up, we appreciate it. But of course, you can always watch this and other shows of ours archived on themovieguys.net. So if you're like, I missed a show, you can always check it out because we will archive it. Unless we announce on social media, no show today, which we've done. We've been traveling. Yeah. Who knows what's been going on.
That was what I was pushing for today. But anyway.
Oh, were you?
Just by inference. Like,
oh,
I don't know. There's a couple things that didn't get done. I mean, we don't have to do a show. I don't know. I lobbed some softballs.
They were way too soft. You should have thrown right down the middle. I would have been no.
I like doing the show, but I'm like, there's so much stuff like, you know me behind the scenes, Paul. I am doing everything at the edge, the bleeding edge of technology involving Harrison Ford, including cloning his voice on the AI that everybody's been doing. I thought, there's a great application for that. And I think we're going to be applying it to bits coming up.
Well, we have a pretty much schedule-less show today. We're not going to get to the recap of Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade until next week. Yeah. So you might as well lead with that. Tell us about what you've been wasting time on.
Yeah, what have I been wasting time on? Well, last week, and we didn't announce it on the show, I want to cook these things into segments, but I had the idea a while back that like Witness could have been a trilogy, like that you could have done another John Book movie. You're scratching the surface on John Book. And I said, I
hate to interrupt, but until you finally get 5 movies in and the movie is just called Book, right?
Book.
That's how sequels go. Yeah.
That was the thing, because it's Witness 2, TOO, Rumspringer is my first idea for the first sequel. And then Witness 2, TO, the murder or something like that. And you flip it so that the witness in this one is John Book, who's retired or whatever, back to the city. But then, many years later, Jacob goes on Rumspringer himself. And that's by the end of the movie decides that he wants to be a cop as well. But he gets into some trouble because some of the Rumspringer kids have formed a gang and he's in trouble. And who can he turn to but John Book? Anyway, so I started feeding all this into the AI, the computer.
and I love the ideas, but they all, and I think we both agree, they're all a huge affront to the original film, correct?
Every sequel is. There's no getting around that.
Yeah, exactly.
I came to that realization. I don't know if I discussed this on the show, but when I went to see E.T. in Washington at John Williams' birthday celebration there, which I was lucky enough to be in attendance for, when you watch one of the world's great orchestras perform the music along with the movie, you were watching it for the first time. So I was watching E.T. and I'm like, this is just amazing. And it just occurs to me that one great thing about E.T. is they never made a sequel. I love sequels. I love, Marvel. I love expanded, mythology. I'll make all the excuses in the world for Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Hey, at least we got an extra Indiana Jones movie, but there's no denying it. When I left E.T., I was like, oh, thank God he never made a sequel to that, because it really would feel cheaper. And you have to admit, if Raiders stood on its own, man, what a candle that burned twice as bright that would be, right? Like, I know I love our other ones, but you got to admit, they cheapen it. They cheapen Raiders, at least. Yeah,
But Witness has that prestige factor,
right?
That would the sequels would just like cast a pall in the original. But I love your ideas, and you may continue. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, that's part of the reason I'm doing it is, of course, it would cheapen it. But what if we had cheapened it? It is Harrison Ford. There would be good cop action and stuff like that. But absolutely. It's just like E.T. 2. Just what a terrible, terrible idea that really does ruin the first one. As much as I want to support sequels to all in franchises, they do. They ruin. Not that you could go, Oh, they should have just stopped with Iron Man. That's a whole different thing. But
Oh, we would give the principal, I think, a bigger role in ET. So suddenly Harrison Ford has a major part in the sequel, right? Like,
yeah, ET2. Yes, we could write ET2 around the heroic principal, unseen in the original ET. Did we ever run a clip of that here?
I think so, yeah.
People have seen that, yeah.
Because we had that argument back and forth where I just thought he was the teacher in the scene that we never saw his face, but you said no, he was cut, and I think we worked it out here on the air.
Right, it's a completely cut scene because that's the one where Elliot floats in the room. Yeah, we did watch that on the show once, but not on the Ford Fiesta Live. I think we did that at Movie Nonsense. But
oh yeah,
some crossover. As the same two hosts who are obsessed with Harrison Ford are also here that were on that. So so we don't we have a pretty unstructured show, but Paul and I are constantly sending Harrison Ford clips and thoughts and things back and forth. So we're really never at a loss to talk about Harrison Ford.
So cut to the AI. What'd you do?
Cut to the AI. Oh well, I
or do you have nothing yet?
I have nothing yet on that.
Oh, okay.
I was I should have posted the video. I think I sent you a video of it generating the Witness 2 Rumspringer. I'll see if I can throw that up by the end of the show.
Oh yeah, that's fun. Now, because
that is funny.
The only AI I have done that concerns audio is there's a new speech enhance or something like that, Adobe Enhance software where you can throw video or audio into this Adobe website and it'll spit that audio out with the background taken out entirely. Like if you're in a noisy room with echo and everything, it comes back crisp and clean like you were in a studio. It's, you can tell just a little bit that it's certainly computer modified, but it doesn't sound like this. It still sounds like a person. But that's impressive. Anything wise with AI, you found what?
With the voice thing, they're the one that you see the people doing the videos of Biden and Trump and discussing Tenet, which is a really funny application. I mean, it's just such a funny application. It just cuts pictures back and forth, but it's the voice of Trump and Biden discussing Tenet. And that premise is just so good. So I was like, oh, I got to clone Harrison Ford's voice. And so I went, and it takes a lot of doing. In fact, when I've just put the Blade Runner voiceover monologue in, just hoping to get Blade Runner sounding voiceover. It sounds like a completely different person, but like a real person. Like it sounds like, okay, that's a real guy. It is not Harrison Ford, but absolutely has like the intonation and everything. It's kind of insane.
Again, we have no script today, but what'd you do, Adam?
Well, do you want me to find one of the AI things that I generated here?
If you think you can play, I mean, we have to export it as a video or something. Or?
No. They're all as MP3s. That'll probably, I don't know if it just takes over the screen here or whatever.
Oh, you can add music at the bottom there. Maybe that'll play it at the bottom of the right column there with the photos and video.
But here's the export. Hold on, let's see if they're all in this export bin. Oh, okay.
All right, while Adam's figuring this out, let's
hold on.
Let's go to a commercial. Let's go to a commercial.
Okay, I found them. And where do I add the background music? Ooh, let's see if it does this. Okay, hold on. This could be interesting. Hey, it does. Hey, I'm discovering shit in real time. All right, here we go. Now I don't know what I had him say here. These will probably. All right, let's see what this is.
Surprise element
that stirs our dreams of flight.
Oh no, that's the actual sample.
That's his real voice. Okay,
that's his real voice. And by the way, and I thought of this as another segment when we're just eating up some Harrison Ford time here. In order to pull a voiceover from him, I found some things he had done voiceover for, which we've never covered on the show. A lot of great aviation stuff and a lot of great aviation photography of Harrison Ford flying.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, well, I've seen the Frontline one. This was on the Vietnam helicopter pilots.
Yep, that's one.
So. Well, now I don't know where did the exports go? Well, damn it.
Well, listen, while you're figuring that out, let's let's tell you about this week's guest.
Welcome, Nicolas Cage.
How you doing?
Well, understatement's the watchword tonight.
All right, history. I'm downloading this again here. Oh, I tried to get him to do Beastie Boys because we had this discussion today. Boy, what a fuck around show! But here, I'll download this because you got to hear this. This is the one that doesn't. It's like it's where AI is truly freaky because you're like, that's not. This is all taken from the Blade Runner voiceover, and listen how freaky this is. Like, I don't know who this is. Or
So I need to understand this. You input any voice and it can create new words using a simulated voice.
Yes. And so initially I put Harrison Ford's voiceover from many documentaries.
And what is it inside so many of us here in the Rocky Mountains
I love them.
that drives us to turn such dreams into reality?
God, he sounds good.
Now that's
But
the real voice.
That's the real
You
voice.
input that and it spit out the beasties.
Well, no, this was from the Blade Runner voiceover, which doesn't sound nearly as good, but it also doesn't sound like, well, here, listen to this.
I can't stand it. I know you planned it. I'm going to set it straight. This Watergate, I can't stand rocking when I'm in here because your crystal ball ain't so crystal clear. So while you sit back and wonder why I got this fucking thorn in my side. Oh my God. It's a mirage, I'm telling y'all. It's sabotage. I can't stand it. I'm going to set it straight. This Watergate, I can't stand.
I love that.
It's great, right? But does that sound like Harrison Ford at all?
A little bit.
I mean, I guess it does.
But because the read is not clean, it's just that they don't pause quite right. They don't hold words.
Right.
It just, let alone to try and make music. But even for regular speech, it's just kind of, it still has that sort of computerized static. Is that the word? I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. Now he's
yeah.
definitely never going to come on the show. By the way,
well,
my girlfriend Susan said, "Does he know you do this? Maybe you should somehow get this word to Harrison Ford that we do
this
the
episode."
Show." And I did it. I did an imitation of what I thought would happen if he found out we did this show. I think he'd just go, "What an incredible waste of time."
I can't stand it. I know you planned it. I'm going to set it straight. This Watergate, I can't stand rocking when I'm in
now
here
that's closer.
because your crystal ball ain't so crystal clear. So while you sit back and wonder why I got this fucking thorn in my side. Oh my God. It's a mirage, I'm telling y'all. It's sabotage. I can't stand it. I know you planned it. I'm going to set it straight. This Watergate,
Now that's the one from the voiceover from the documentary, which does sound like like young Harrison Ford, not the gravelly voiced.
Yeah.
Like I kind of want to just input Harrison Ford, like the most gravelly, like 1923, and see what I get out of that. That would be very fun. But what's so disconcerting is you and I are used to doing the Harrison Ford voice, like that sort of thing. So when it comes out of the thing, it sounds like Harrison Ford, but not someone doing an impersonation of him. It just sounds like Harrison Ford. It's good. Here, let me do what an incredible waste of time. Let's see how this one comes out here. All right, let's see. Let me go download that now. And it downloads pretty quick. So here.
Yeah.
Oh, did I pull that right one?
Here, let me know and I'll lead you in with the question.
Hold on. Let's remove that. Let me make sure I downloaded the right one. There we go. Okay. All right, and let me just. Oh, that sounds good. Okay, here. Hold on a second here. Yeah, you definitely need to lead in. Boy, what a screw around show. This is not the one we're showing Harrison Ford. But I did have a very funny thought when we were discussing which lyrics were the funniest to hear. Okay, I'm ready. Lead you in.
Hey, Harrison, how you doing? My name is Paul Preston. My friend Adam Witt and I are part of the Movie Guys, and we're such big fans of yours. We're doing a show where we stream each week and we create podcast episodes that we will then put out on the internet, each one dedicated to a different film of yours.
What an incredible waste of time. What an incredible waste of time. What an incredible waste of time. What an incredible...
Wow, that's pretty great. Well, this is my new favorite toy. You see why I didn't get the script done?
There's your clip for the show.
Wow. I did have a thought because we were saying, I was saying, what's the funniest thing to apply this to? Because I'm like, I have the power. What do I do with this? I don't know what to do with it. And you're like, oh, I said some song lyrics, and you got to go rap lyrics. It's funny because he won't be rapping; he'll in the cadence or whatever. And I thought, oh yeah. And so my first thought was, oh, Straight Outta Compton. I go, oh no, wait a second, that's got the N-word all through it. And then I realized, if you imported all of the voiceover from all of the versions of Blade Runner, he does use the N-word. Anyway, not going to do that though. No,
he does.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
When no, it's not a clip we'd ever want to play here. It's that dumb voiceover thing, where they had all these. The final voiceover of Blade Runner was written by just like a dude who was the recording engineer. He's like, yeah, I got some words for you. So. Yeah,
the studio mandated voiceover.
Yeah, and Bryant, played by Emmett Walsh, says he calls them skin jobs. And again, all the dumb voiceover from Blade Runner is like, what if the audience is confused? Like really dumb confused. Like, what if they don't know what a skin job is? So there's a voiceover. He says, back in the olden times, Bryant is the sort of guy who would call black men blank, and that's a real voiceover from the original one that went out.
Yeah, actually, that does make sense. Actually,
yeah,
bring it up.
Yeah, I'm not going to import it so I can have him recite the lyrics to Straight Outta Compton, but it is.
Write the script, funny. Maybe if you're gonna do.
Right. Let's see. Here's another one.
Here's the great Peggy Gubbins have chimed in. They think he uses the word in 42 as well, but we're not going to go down that.
No. We don't need him to do the lyrics of that sort of thing. Oh, okay. So here. No, we're not going to do that.
Time. What an incredible waste of time. What.
But while I got Peggy Gubbins in the crosshairs, I should mention that I ordered a tie-dye sweatshirt from her for my girlfriend for her birthday, and she loved it, and it was perfect. And I wanted to shout out to Peggy. So anyone on here who wants tie-dyed anything, contact Peggy Gubbins. I know she's working slowly to put some sort of little business about it together. And until then, I will just say contact her directly. And she showed me photos. It's like a whole process. You put the whole thing on ice. You never know exactly what the pattern's going to look like. So she made a couple to, and I guess she reaps the rewards of wearing the ones that that weren't just quite right for my girlfriend, but the one was a bullseye, and she wore it, and it's fantastic. So if you know our history in Movie Trivia Schmodown, Peggy Gubbins made tie-dye shirts for all of us there, and like in our faction. So we both wore tie-dye and went out to the Inn of the Seventh Ray restaurant for Susan's birthday lunch, all tie-dyed up, and that was cool. So shout out to Peggy. Thanks much. You're the best. And there you go. So if you need that, contact her.
I love Peggy Gubbins because the tie-dye thing, my mom used to tie-dye, and she still, every once in a while will tie-dye shirts, and she was a great tie-dyer and figured out how to do all this stuff. So the fact that Peggy does that's always been near and dear to my heart. And I've always hoped those two could somehow meet. I think they'd be really good friends.
Yeah. I mean, it could happen. It could happen.
Here, let's see Paul, I was going to send you this message last night when I was supposed to be writing the script, but instead I was importing Harrison Ford's voice into AI.
Hi, Paul, it's Harrison. I just wanted to let you know that Adam is behind on the script because he's cloning voices in artificial intelligence. If you have any ideas for this technology, let him know. Hi, Paul, it's Harrison. I just wanted to let you know that
Adam... Yeah, it's definitely young Ford voice because it's energetic.
Right. So I need to create a separate voice that is all just Harrison from 1923 or by the way, I finally caught up on the Shrinking, the first couple episodes. Good show.
Cool.
Oh my God. I just love it.
A couple pics here. I just want to share
I just love that it's Harrison Ford. It's amazing.
Let's get on to Shrinking just a second. Let me just share these.
Oh, sure.
pics.
Yeah, go ahead.
I got to get them from my phone to the computer.
Oh, that's fine. Would you like to hear Harrison Ford rap
Sabotage again, or what?
No, everybody jump. What is the
jump around by
jump
House of
around?
Pain?
Okay. Let's see. This one didn't come out very good, but it's a funny idea.
Hi, Paul. It's Harrison.
Oh no, wait. Hold on.
What an incredible waste of time.
Well, that's true. Okay, hold on. I uploaded the same one again, the Harrison one again. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I mean this is what I love is just how stupid this is. And I love the application of the greatest technology we've achieved as a society. And I am having Harrison Ford rap the lyrics to Jump Around. That's just a wonderful thumb in the eye. That is the way I show love to technology. Here we go.
I'm the cream of the crop. I rise to the top. I never eat a pig because a pig is a cop. Or better yet, a Terminator like Arnold Schwarzenegger trying to play me out like as if my name was Sega. But I ain't going out like no pro, bitch. Get used to one style and and I might switch it up and around, then buck you down.
Wow.
I'm the cream of the crop. I rise.
No, that is dumb.
Yeah, that is dumb. Oh, here's one. Yeah, okay.
Penn Jillette always said technology won't stick around unless you can do porn with it.
Right.
Why we don't have the laser disc? You can't make them at home, right? But
yeah.
So, hey, let's get back on this track real quick.
Yeah, get back on.
Get
back on track. What is
back
on
any track?
Any track.
First of all, yes, the end of the 7th Ray is gorgeous. Wow, what a beautiful place. We lunched there. Peggy hasn't fit into a small size since about 1st grade. Come on, Peggy. Listen, let's go to the tape. There we go. That's Susan in her tie-dye.
Oh, adorable. Really
yeah,
nice.
She loved it.
That's
so,
awesome.
And here's my tie-dye. I was saying we're going to lunch. Right, there's me. That's the one she got me for the faction gift for all of us being in the den together.
Nice.
So there you go. You want one of these for your girlfriend or boyfriend? Contact Peggy.
Can Peggy make one that's like for paper dolls that we could put on this guy right here?
See, that's the problem. Now it's going to be people will bring up that picture, create the AI of him going, whoever. Let's say it's Peggy. Hey, Peggy, it's me, Harrison. Boy, you look beautiful tonight. Maybe we should go see a movie or something together.
To the top. I never eat a pig because a pig is a cop. Or what an incredible waste of time.
I can't stand it. I know you planned it. I'm going to set it straight. This Watergate, I can't stand.
It's funny. That one's a little more robotic. The other second one was a little.
That's the one
cleaner.
That's purely from the Blade Runner voiceover. So I was trying to do just the Blade Runner voiceover, but he's like lighter. I think it's how they recorded it too. Now everything can get a lot more, captured.
Roach Smythe chiming in that he likes the voiceover. He put it in quotes that it's stupid.
Ah, right.
It reminds him of old noir voiceovers. This is how he saw Blade Runner when it came out back in the theaters in the 80s. I said that I did not see it in the theaters because I was just too young. I saw it soon after, but I did see the voiceover version, and I always thought it was kind of cheesy. I never know, but hey, to each his own. There's so many versions of that now. You're gonna find one that you love. We helped. What's her name? Allison Salamoni find one because we appeared on her. You haven't seen it yet. Oh, that reminds me. We're gonna be on that show again. Ta-da!
Oh, I was gonna say, is that aired yet?
Tomorrow.
Okay.
So tomorrow we return to You've Never Seen It, where Allison
hasn't
seen a movie and finally does, and then gets 2 experts on to guide her through talking about how great the movie was. And she hadn't seen Blade Runner, and she hadn't seen American Graffiti. So who do you get? You get the Harrison Ford experts to come on and talk about those movies. So we'll talk all about American Graffiti tomorrow. Maybe next week play a clip from that show once it officially premieres. So check that out starting tomorrow. Over on her.
Enchanted evening, you will see a stranger. You will see a stranger across a crowded room, and suddenly you'll know that she is the one.
It is really great to go on her show as Harrison Ford experts, because I do feel a younger person could, watch one of these things and just sort of think whatever. Maybe like when the first time we saw American Graffiti, it didn't quite land or whatever. And so I just love being a hype man for a movie. If you don't like a movie, see it with someone who does, and then they can be the hype man for the movie.
Well, we'll see how that goes down this Saturday when we go see Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull at the New Beverly. I'm going to be surrounded by people who have to love it. Otherwise, why are they coming out? They can't all be me, who doesn't like it and is going anyway. But I'm hoping to like and enjoy that movie. In fact, if you want to come join us, just buy a ticket and we'll see you at the New Beverly.
Yeah, I'm about to blast a text out to any and all local nerds that we might know from the Schmodown. Like, hey, would you like to gather at the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull? May not be the way to get most people out, but a couple people I think could be interested.
Mackenzie and Candy were signing autographs this weekend at a con event. You know what was going on at Portland? A Back to the Future full-on cast reunion. Lloyd, Fox, Thompson, and Wilson all showed up for the. I think they sent out a selfie and everything. Talk about what a great time they had. I mean, what a get! Portland, Oregon Comic-Con got the Back to the Future reunion. That was pretty cool. So
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Some of these little Comic-Cons get these huge scoops. Like one of the what was the Dial of Destiny premiere? It didn't premiere at like D23 or the Comic-Con, but like. Brazil Brazil Comic-Con or something. Like, wow, I think that was Lon Harris was like, I didn't know the Brazil Comic-Con had this kind of pull, which is a good comment.
Exactly. And for a second it looked like Ford was sitting next to Finn Wolfhard. That was in fact Mackenzie Phillips, but that's an accurate.
That is accurate.
Not you can get those two confused.
Now I don't know what we want to move on to here, but I did when I was recording the Blade Runner voiceover to try and modify it to put it into the AI. I came across a documentary. Have you ever seen a documentary called Dangerous Days, The Making of Blade Runner?
No.
I found they have a bunch of raw clips from it. And this is just a couple clips here, but I thought I'd show this to you. I thought you'd be interested in these because I hadn't seen these, and it's like the raw outtakes of him doing this stupid VO session. And also I have a little clip of him talking about the day he went in to record them and how disinterested everyone was in it. And
on the last one, I went in to do the voiceover narration, and I was looking around for somebody. The room was there and the mic was set up, but there was nobody around. So I went to a nearby room, and there was a guy in a little gray hobby suit with one of those twist together belts with the little elastic around it. And he had a little pipe, I believe, and he was hammering away at a little portable typewriter. I thought, this must be a writer. So I said, hi, I'm Harrison. How you doing? And I got this. So I went away. And about 15 minutes later, he appeared, obviously the author of what I was to read.
Tandem, Blade Runner, narration, quarter-inch roll number 3.
And I thought, this guy is so far away from the process that I mustn't fall into the trap of trying to discuss this with him. Simply do it. Do it the best you can. And go home.
Yeah, so I'd never heard any of that.
Wow.
Yeah, and then here's one of the sessions with Ford going, this is not good.
Now, is Far-Fetched in or out?
This is Reel 3, Section 1. Take 1.
It didn't help me any. Neither did the flake from the bathtub. Nothing helped. Not even booze. I was restless and hungry. I needed the streets and I needed food. Pretty weird.
Okay.
Pretty weird. The flake. Maybe it was a scale. A fish scale. Real or artificial? You need an expert to tell. This is bizarre. God damn, this is bizarre.
This is bizarre. I'd never heard his opinion on that so much in that interview. And then there's a couple other raw sessions where he's just like, what are we doing? Pretty bizarre. Pretty bizarre.
I'm the cream of the crop. What an incredible waste of time. What an incredible waste of time.
You rename that one.
It reminds me of the Shatner bit, but we'll play all that.
But I want to apply the AI to that. But do it out of the Blade Runner thing. We can write these sketches down. Do that session that I just played, but then do the Shatner.
Oh
thing.
my God. Absolutely.
Oh,
all right.
sabotage.
Take the Shatner, run the Shatner dialogue and rant through the AI, edit it into this where he's reading and gets fed up with the voiceover. I want to do it your way.
Well, give me some lines here. I want to do it your way.
What, are you coming here and you don't know what you want? I want to do it your way. Is that how you'd like me to do it? No, tell me how you'd like it. Read it for me. Read it how you'd like it to be done. I don't know if I have that here. Boy, that is
that how you'd like me to do it? Because now we got this voice thing. I can drop it over that clip in real time here. Is that how you want me to do it? I want to do it your way. Oh, that'll be good enough for now. Here, let me just export that. Okay. And downloading and experiment in real time. Boy, this is just such a screw around day, isn't it? Oh really, my God.
We have nothing for the people. We're those shows that we often go on. We're just hanging out.
We
hang out for one show. We try and bring the goods every week.
Oh,
we're hanging out for this one show.
Oh, well, look, this is the thing too, is when you're like, when I was kind of nudging, like, man, we could just not do a show today. But I was like, dude, last week, Mara baked a cross of Coronado, and that was a truly epic show.
Yeah, that was great.
Now here, let's.
So we're allowed one where we dick around and we belch on the air.
Well, of course. I mean, and please see the live stream Bursar for a full refund.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to try and drop this AI of the Shatner session over this voiceover session.
Now, is Far-Fetched in or out?
This is Reel 3, Section 1. Take 1.
It didn't help me any. Neither did the flake from the bathtub. Nothing helped. Not even booze. I was restless and hungry. I needed the streets and I needed food.
Pretty weird.
Okay.
Pretty weird.
Sabotage. Is that how you
like me to
do it? I want to do it your
Maybe
way.
it was a scale.
You say sabotage.
A fish
Is that
scale.
how you'd like me to do it? I want to do it.
Real or artificial.
You say sabotage. Is that how you'd like me?
Yeah, that's dumb. That's dumb.
This is William Shatner, and I would like to invite you to take a journey with me into the 21st century. So take the next few minutes and listen very closely. You'll be amazed at what you hear. Okay?
Can there be a little more excitement in the beginning?
I love it. Okay. All right.
It sounded like really laid, really super laid back.
Well, I'm saying, okay. I'll try and do that. Let's do take 2. This is William Shatner, and I would like to invite you to take a journey with me into the 21st century. So take the next few minutes and listen very closely. Speak up. And maybe you better do it the way you hear it. Do it for me. No, I mean, just go ahead.
This is William Shatner. And I would like to invite you to take a journey with me into the 21st century. So take the next few minutes and listen very closely. You'll be amazed at what you hear.
Is that the way you'd like me to do it? Okay, I'll do it that way. Okay, ready. This is William Shatner, and I would like to invite you to take a journey with me into the 21st century. So take the next few minutes and listen very closely. You'll be amazed at what you hear. Okay, so I think that came pretty close.
Oh my gosh! All right,
that's
here
ball busting on an high level.
All right, so I have now generated that in Harrison Ford. Let's see if we have room for this clip here. Okay, this one has some cadence problems, that's for sure. Okay, stop. Okay, here. This one has cadence problems.
I want to do it your way. You say sabotage.
Oh no, that's it. Oh no,
I
that's
say sabotage. I say sabotage.
Let me delete that one. Okay, here. Let's add this one.
Cam Chef's going to cue this up to share it with Danny Boy over at House of Pain. I share stuff and follow him over there at the Delta Bravo. What is it called? Delta Bravo Urban Exploration Team. Is that what it's called? Which is a fun Facebook group where he just goes around and checks out cool locations from movies, TV, album covers, famous moments in time, like where crimes
he's a
went
fan
down.
of that too.
Yeah, and he is in fact restoring everything in the Outsider's house in Tulsa. So that's been fun to follow and watch. And they're doing a Outsiders musical down in La Jolla. So that was my last post on that page, was to tell people that was going on. Figured they'd be interested in that. But I mean, we got really nothing to share here yet. I mean, if Adam can actually queue up the House of Pain with Harrison Ford.
Yeah, we'll do it better.
Yeah, we'll do it better. Then maybe you can share that. So make that the goal. Sync up. I came to get down. I came to get down. I came to get down.
I came to get down. Okay, Harrison. Go ahead and just give us one more take there.
This is Harrison Ford. I want you to take a journey with me. You'll be amazed at what you hear. I'm saying, okay, I'll try and do that.
Oh, no, right.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Speaking of people who sound like Harrison Ford, this will kill 3 minutes of a show with no agenda.
Yeah, because I thought of him. I saw you put the clips in there. I was like, oh, well, the far better than AI is the Harrison Ford that we had in the studio back in the movie showcast.
Yes, it had to be 2015 or so when we were on the verge of, but maybe it was a year before that, 2014. So this is a while ago. That Ross Marquand was our guest.
Ross Marquand.
At my garage, who went on to, of course, fame in The Walking Dead. But he's famous for voicing Harrison Ford, and he went on to do it for video games and other things. And he ended up voicing Red Skull in the last two big-time Avengers movies, Infinity War and Endgame. And this
he's
is
the cream of the crop.
I'm the cream of the crop. I rise to the...
He's unfortunate. We wanted him to do one thing we were doing on the show back then was everything was more exciting if you had NFL Films music backing it up.
Right. One
of
our old
we
bits,
had Joel Murray. We had Joel Murray come in and announce like the '95 Bears or something like that to this music, and it was always more exciting if you had this music. So Ross Marquand came in and he announced what had just been announced: the cast of The Force Awakens, and he did it as sort of half sleepy Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
And it's great. Here it is.
He's so good.
As ever, it is all movies all the time here, and there seems to be no bigger news in the film world right now than something we touched on at the top of the show, the official release of the cast members of Star Wars Episode 7.
Unbelievable.
We talked about it briefly. I love that you call it a sequel to Return of the Jedi.
It is!
Because you need to think of it like that. I mean, that's what
crazy.
it is.
Crazy. Never had it.
But we never gave you the name of the actors involved, so we'd like to give you those names now with a very special guest, a first for the showcast.
Yeah, this is pretty exciting because we're talking the Admirals Club, and it's probably about 100 degrees in here, so this is a big deal.
This is a big deal.
And look at this guy. Doesn't sweat.
None other than Harrison Ford himself is in our studio, ladies and gentlemen, to help us out. He himself is one of the cast members of the new film, and he'll read the cast members off to you now to the exciting music of John Williams' legendary score. Here we go.
Great.
Actually, wait, hang on 1 second. I can't seem to find the Star Wars
Start
thing.
with that bump,
Okay,
bump.
well,
Bump,
we
bump.
can't do that. We'll have to go
all right.
with the NFL Films music.
Oh, great.
Okay.
Which is never a bad thing on our show. We love to introduce things with the
Harrison
NFL
loves
Films music.
and
So here we
NFL.
go. Harrison Ford, take it away.
In 1977, George Lucas's epic space opera Star Wars redefined space entertainment. And now, director J.J. Abrams takes us to a galaxy far, far away. Once again with an able-bodied crew of solar system traversing adventurers. Your Star Wars Episode 7 starting lineup. Adam Driver, Oscar Isaac, John Boyega, Andy Serkis, Domhnall Gleeson, Mark Hamill, that son of a bitch, Carrie Fisher, I love her, Peter Mayhew, Chewie, not here, here, Daisy Ridley. Anthony Daniels, y'all know him. Harrison Ford.
Yeah,
That's the ultimate version of that bit right there.
I can't
Harrison
believe
Ford,
that.
everybody. All right, Harrison, just see yourself out. Thank you.
Oh, my
Just one more
gosh.
line. Say, you find that Adam Driver.
You find this Adam Driver. He was in a show called Girls. He's got big ears. You know this man.
Hey, by the way, while we have Harrison Ford.
Yes,
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
yes.
Get back here, Harrison.
Oh, yes, I'm
Don't
sorry.
leave yet.
Sit
Can
down.
you imitate the sleepy delivery of the... Do you remember in 1980 they had the phone number you could call
No,
in
Adam.
before
Nobody
Empire Strikes
remembers
Back?
this but you.
Yeah, and Harrison Ford would tell you about the movie as Han Solo.
I have the supporting
It's one of
clip
his
to play after
sleepiest things you've ever heard. It's literally phoned in. It's okay.
In this movie, we've got a lot of great twists and turns. And there might be some carbonite. I don't know. Anyway, the point is, there's a guy named Boba Fett or something. It's anyway, you'll like it, I guess. Have a fun time.
That was good. That was pretty close.
That's awesome.
Movie guys.
Till I ran into Ben Kenobi and Luke Skywalker, I had myself a pretty good little operation. They wanted to ride to Alderaan, and they're willing to pay enough so I didn't have to ask any questions. Now I'm in the middle of a rebellion. I'm spending half my time dodging Imperial ships and the other half avoiding Her Holiness. Not only that, but Jabba the Hutt's got a price on my head, and he's put Boba Fett on my trail. Something tells me it's not going to get any better when the Empire strikes back.
The Empire Strikes Back comes...
The best we have title in the history of titles is him actually using Empire Strikes Back in a sentence. I guess we'll find out when
Not
the Empire
going to get any
Strikes
better
Back.
when the Empire Strikes Back.
So good.
That's the great Ross Marquand, and of course the great Karen Volpe in there as well.
Yeah, always
get a
good to
glimpse
see
of
her
her.
there.
And
love that we did 8 years of shows with her, so you can always be hanging out in the garage.
Yep. And we'll be back in the garage. Hey, I just got a note from my partner in crime, Sean Blodgett. He and I host the Countdown to 5 podcast. What is that? Well, there isn't an episode out for it yet, but I just got an announcement. Edit is done on episode number 1 for Countdown to 5. Should be released this week as we count down to the 5th Indiana Jones movie, Dial of Destiny. So our first episode is all about kind of a general look at the Indiana Jones franchise, and then we'll have the Raiders episode in March, Temple of Doom in April, Last Crusade in May, and then Crystal Skull in June. And then by then we've got the new movie coming out, and then we'll put out an episode after the movie comes out. So sometime in July. So if you like more Harrison Ford, if you can't get enough, even more Harrison Ford, but this is going to be all Indiana Jones all the time. Follow that show, and you can get links to it from themovieguys.net. It's you can get links to the YouTube page from the Movie Guys YouTube page. It'll be all over the social as well, and I think it's at Countdown to 5 at I can tell you exactly
Coming soon, Countdown to 5.
Thank you, Harrison. It's at Countdown to 5, I believe, on Instagram. It's a Countdown, the numbers 25 show, I think, at Twitter. Someone had Countdown to 5 on Facebook. So it's a quick and easy podcast to digest. It's just going to be those 6 episodes. So that's coming this week. Episode
Coming
number 1.
soon, Countdown to 5.
Cut himself off there.
I'm the cream of the crop. I rise to the top. I never eat a pig because a pig is a cop. Or better yet, a Terminator like Arnold Schwarzenegger trying to play me.
Did someone say Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yeah, that's how they...
What an incredible waste of time.
Boy, I love that.
Hey,
I love having that at the ready.
I know, right? That's nice. You know what I found? Paul, did you know? I think this has slipped past us. This is another thing I thought, if we have nothing to talk about today, this would be a great thing. Let me
We
find
never
it.
have nothing to talk about. Which
No. But
we have nothing planned to talk about.
Unlike The Phantom Menace or almost any movie, what that trailer is like. But so much more amorphous are the Star Wars trailers. Like every time you see one, you go, is that the trailer? Like, I don't think I ever found out from Star Wars from a trailer. Like none of maybe the Jedi trailer, that looks familiar to me, but the others, I just don't recognize them. And Paul, did you know Harrison Ford voiceovered one of the trailers?
I know that he did.
Yeah, here it is.
Do we have a bit coming?
No, we don't. We don't. No. Yes, and here's the trailer.
I'm the cream of the crop. I rise to the top. I never eat a pig because a pig is a cop. Or better yet, a Terminator like Arnold Schwarzenegger trying to play me out like as if my name was Sega. But I ain't going out like no pro, bitch. Get used to one style and and I might switch it up and around, then buck you down.
Meanwhile, here's the trailer, narrated by Harrison Ford.
I think I've heard this. Yeah, go ahead.
This is so great, and this is a Harrison Ford you never see. This ain't no I ran a Ben Kenobi. This is cool. This is a completely unique piece of Harrison Ford ephemera. And I just have to take a second here for it to upload.
I can't stand it. I know you planned it. I'm going to set it straight. This Watergate. I can't stand rocking when I'm in here. Because your crystal ball ain't
Empire
so
Strikes
crystal
Back.
clear. So
Luke
while you sit back
Skywalker and Han
wonder why I
Solo
got this
rescued the
fucking
princess,
thorn.
destroyed the Death Star, but their story didn't end there.
Now, hold on a second here. That is Harrison Ford.
I know, super excited, more than ever.
Never heard him so excited in my life, and he's emulating a classic voiceover guy. Like he's got this going on. I'm like, what a choice for him to like.
If these are the serials they claim to be based on, if this is based on those old serials, my voice is going to sound like it.
Yeah, he's doing. I mean, this ain't the Blade Runner story where you're like, all right, get out of here, dude. It's like, no, oh my God, Harrison Ford's here. He's going to do the. So this is written, supervised.
Now that I see it's Empire, I have heard this. This is fun. Play it.
Yeah, here we go.
Luke Skywalker and Han Solo rescued the princess, destroyed the Death Star, but their story didn't end there.
Headline, Hollywood.
Now, the creators of the biggest smash hit of all time bring you the next episode in the Star Wars saga, The Empire Strikes Back.
Sunday.
The continuing story of our band of heroes. Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, Han Solo, C-3PO, R2-D2, and Chewbacca. And introducing Lando Calrissian. It's an epic of romance.
Strange trailer.
Of heroes and villains.
Very strange.
They cross trackless voids to unknown worlds. A galactic odyssey against oppression.
His voice has hints of, well, why don't you use your divine and fluid? That's out of this.
Oh, that's
a big, new, sprawling space adventure in the Star Wars saga, The Empire Strikes Back. Coming to your galaxy next summer.
Now that is way too many clips. I don't know what that trailer is for, because that a year out, coming next year, and you're showing shots of Boba Fett and Bosk. That ain't what?
That's long. It's like way too long. But back then, nowadays, they love to give everything away to make sure your money is well spent. But still, that's a lot to give away.
Well, remember that Ghostbusters trailer for Show West? That's just Dan Aykroyd and Bill Murray in front of the car.
I love that.
I think this is something for that, for like the toy distributors or whatever. like this is like a rush off of all the raw footage that's like, with Harrison Ford, get a celebrity voice in there to really sell the toy line or something like that. It's because that
I
ain't
love
a
when they
theatrical
do a trailer that's nothing to do with the movie. Like I remember the Golden Child trailer. It ended up not being a great movie, but
yeah,
Eddie Murphy hadn't done anything since Beverly Hills Cop. People, and they started it out like a real serious sort of movie in the wilds of the tundra, one lone warrior, blah blah blah. And then they zoom in on this character on a horse, and the weather is terrible. And you finally zoom in on him, and then he takes his hood off. Man, it's cold out. It's like bitching like Eddie Murphy. It was like, it's Eddie, yeah. Same with the
fake out trailer.
They did it with Three Amigos as well. Yeah, the three heroes who are gonna, and then they lift their hat up and pull it tight. When you see it's these three nutbags, Chase, Martin, and Short, and you're like, oh, this is gonna be great. But
yeah,
they did use footage from the movie, like the shooting stuff that's totally just for a trailer. I think is really fun. I know they're going to sue people now for footage that's not in the movie,
right?
Assholes. But that I do enjoy when they do. It's clear this is not going to be in the movie. We're just having fun promoting it. I think that's really cool.
You remember the Terminator 2 teaser shot by who's the effects guy? Who created the Terminator?
Dykstra?
No. Who created the Terminator? Created the Queen Alien?
Stan Winston.
Yeah. Stan Winston. He directed it. Let me see if I can find that. It's a really cool one where they just did this whole thing, like, shot. Literally, none of this is in the movie.
Well, in the meantime, let's play this clip that you and I both found, since we're back in the OG trilogy of Star Wars. I had never seen this. You had never seen this footage of Ford screwing up pretty much his lines in the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon and having fun with it. Here we go.
This is so great.
Yeah, I'd never seen this. I don't know if I've seen a whole lot of bloopers from Star Wars, even in general. Maybe years and years and years ago, but I haven't refreshed my memory of them as of late. But this one was brand new, and I think it's really fun.
Take a few minutes for the Navi computer to calculate the coordinates.
A few minutes? Are you kidding? At the rate they're gaining?
What is it? You have to shoot this. Traveling through hyperspace is like dusting crops, kid. Without precise calculations, we fly too close to a store. They're bounce into a supermarket and then...
Yeah.
Be a hell of a mess.
What's that?
Watch. We're losing the deflector shields. Go strap yourselves in. Be careful on the way out.
Yeah, sure. I'm taking very caution.
You go away.
Bounce too near a supermarket?
Oh, it's so good. Be careful on the way out. Like nothing Han Solo whatsoever in any of that. It's so
and like, stone face Guinness throughout the whole thing, and finally, I'll just go.
I'll just go. Be careful on the way out, because there's a bad step or something, and like
a great bit.
Here's a little this is like a year before T2 came out, so this is shot with no footage of the movie, but this is shot by Stan Winston, which
I like that.
Makes sense because it stars entirely his creations. What an icon. Hell yeah.
I'll be back.
That's awesome. What a great hype machine.
That great? Yeah,
totally.
Yeah, so cool. And you hadn't seen any of that. I mean, that was what, 91? The first one was 82. So
84.
Yeah, you hadn't seen it.
84, but it's been a long time.
Okay, so it's been a few years since you'd seen any of that iconography. Yeah, cool stuff. What a great summer. 91. Summer I graduated.
Well, we're not going to have enough time to cover this today, but I did next week when we're more Last Crusade focused.
Yeah.
I pulled this from the garage. Premiere Magazine, 1989.
Oh, okay. So next week we do the Ultimate Summer 89 show.
And the Ultimate Summer Movie Guide is right here in this particular June issue, which must come out mid-May, so right before Memorial Day, to get you hyped up. Look at that. Come on.
Oh, look at that.
Indiana Jones punching a Nazi. Remember when that was a good thing? I think they still do it again.
It's still a good thing. It's still a good
thing.
thing.
But you had to be reminded for a while there.
All right.
I'm the cream of the crop. I rise to the top. I never eat a pig because a pig is a cop. Or better...
Or better yet, a Terminator. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger. See, it's all themed.
Now, I'm sorry. You were going to tell me that you finally got caught up on Shrinking.
Well, I watched the first 3 episodes.
Well, the first 3 episodes. Are you're not.
So I think there's like 6 now. I think so. Every week that I don't watch one, another one gets added. Yeah. But man, what a use of Harrison Ford, huh?
Yeah, I mean, lean into the grump. You get a lot of laughs from it.
But you know what? There's a difference in leaning into the grump, which took a long time for people to come around to using in a movie. He would just do that in interviews. Right. And then he would go play a guy that's super excited about crossing over or whatever, super excited about Sabrina. The grump thing, I don't think he started playing grump for comic effect until, I guess we're going to find it out as we go, where we see grump start to show up. Obviously, famously grumpy would be like Secret Life of Pets 2, but I'm sure he played a grump before that. I had lunch with Dick
Morning
Cheney.
Glory. Morning Glory. I was just going to say, yeah.
That's one that really leans into the grump, but it's a tough comic go. It's tough to be funny with that. That movie does it really well, but I love that the way Shrinking is using that. It's not just using the grump thing. It's like it's letting him exercise his comedic sensibilities through the grump character. So it's like, I don't think Harrison Ford knew he was being a grump all these times we started calling him a grump. And now he goes, oh, that's a thing. Okay, I actually can use that now as an actor. I'm going to turn on the grump, but for this comic performance. So I love that.
All the crazy energy that comes at him in that movie, he just deflects with his grumpness, and it gets a laugh every time. And then by the episode 5 or 6, whichever this last one was, he brings the drama as well. So he does a good job in that respect as well. So it's a good performance.
Yeah,
and Jason Segel's never been funnier, I don't think.
Oh, I know, right?
Really watching him. Yeah,
he seemed to disappear from my radar for a while, and it was really good to see him back too, because he's really good, particularly in this role, which seems to be made for him.
Yeah, and even back in the day, he would play characters that are kind of crazy and have this or that thing about him. I was never the biggest fan of Forgetting Sarah Marshall, but in this one, the comedic timing's funny, and the pain underneath it is real, and I'm enjoying it. So yeah, I enjoy this show.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's great. And the 1-2 punch of having him play a classic Western character, because I keep going on about this, and we'll bring up some clips to support this at some point here. But the John Wayne, the Harrison Ford is the John Wayne of our generation. It has become incredibly obvious in 1923. He's got that full John Wayne gravitas. But you and I laughed. What was the John Wayne line we heard? Was it in Raiders?
Yeah.
You can say it as John Wayne.
Oh yeah, what was it? It's when he meets.
Well, these guys don't mind if we kill each other.
That's right. Yeah.
That's the full John Wayne version of it. Yeah, when Belloc comes to the bar after he sees Marion blown up, he's drinking with the Nazi monkey, and Belloc comes up and he pulls his gun and he's like, "Oh, not a very good place to shoot a man." He goes, these Arabs don't mind if we kill each other. And it's just so John Wayne. So John Wayne. So he's got full John Wayne with 1923, an epic Western character. And he hasn't been a Western character since, Cowboys and Aliens, but before that, like Journey to Shiloh or a Frisco Kid,
Cowboys and Aliens. But
yeah, Cowboys and Aliens before that, Frisco Kid. No, I haven't seen that. Yeah. So it's just so cool. That's fully embraced. And then the grump thing has gone pro. Like it is now a comic affect that he can turn on. And funny Harrison Ford is now a reliably funny guy. Where'd that come from? It's not Working Girl. That's a comedy that succeeds, but he ain't funny in that movie. that movie's funny, but like funny Harrison Ford has yet to show up, I think, in some ways. Well, I guess Han Solo is so funny, but anyway, just interesting as a Harrison Ford analyst. It's interesting.
Yeah, and again, to get this so late in his career, where there's more. I mean,
oh my God! On the same year that Dial of Destiny's coming out.
I know, it's crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So it's very cool, and I think 1923's season finale is next week. It's not a huge season, but I think they're coming back for another one.
Was that 8 episodes? 9 episodes?
I think that's going to make, maybe even like 7 or 8. It's not very big, but, and I wanted to point out Joseph Mall and Jerome Flynn as being this movie, because I always like when Game of Thrones people show up elsewhere.
Yeah,
and Joseph Mall was one of the Starks, and that Jerome Flynn, who plays the Scotsman, the Scottish sheep herder, who's Banner, who's like the main antagonist of the movie, is played Bronn in Game of Thrones, and he was great there. And of course, Joseph Mall recently showed up because he played Adar. Is that his name? The villain from the Lord of the Rings, the Rings of Power.
Oh, I didn't watch that. I would like to, but there's too many other things going on.
There's your official, it's David.
Okay. Hey, I'll take it.
So there you go. 8 episodes.
I'll take it. That David's the cream of the crop.
He had a Terminator like Arnold Schwarzenegger trying to play me out like as if my name was Sega. But I ain't.
But so far, so good. The show gets a little soapy, of course, especially the side story with the son.
Oh, I'm down for it though. With 1923.
Well, that's where Joseph Mall came in. He did this beautiful scene where he played the captain of a ship, and he had just rescued them as their tugboat had sank, and this whole thing went down, and all this drama went down. It's a lovely little scene where the two characters want to marry, and he was the captain of the ship, sort of talking them through it. Very beautiful scene. And Ford had another great monologue last. Are you caught up on 1923 yesterday?
No. That
okay.
I got.
But I will tell you, there's another great monologue, like the first one I always tell you about, where he's talking about it ain't the droughts or the it's other men, and then he does this great speech about why he wants to fight the fight he's fighting, because he sees roads being built, he sees cities coming in, and they're going to wreck this place, and I'll be damned if if they're going to pull up the tree that you're buried under, he's telling his wife. And then this last speech from yesterday was great, just all about how rich people in a city where there's more people, like people in a smaller group, if there's they'll talk it out who has what, right? I think boy, am I talking about the right show? No, I'm thinking about
there's so much Harrison Ford. Is this
in like the first 11 minutes of that show, he's got a gun at a guy's head. It's great.
Oh, it's amazing.
Ranch Wars, like who knew there could be such drama, but there is, it's
Ranch
great. I mean,
War
big time drama. And it's funny, like this premiere I just pulled out, you got Spielberg and Ford plugging this, and right down here you got Dalton returns. Timothy Dalton gives
goes back to Bond.
Goes back to Bond. So it gives.
Well, and above that,
look here, goes back to Bond, and Timothy Dalton shows up in 1923. So it's fun to see those two back together. Back, in again. Somebody said recently, 80. I think it was Josh Gad. He said, if you told me in 1989 that the thing I'd look most forward to in 2023 is Michael Keaton playing Batman and Harrison Ford playing Indiana Jones, your head would explode. And now we got Timothy Dalton doing stuff again from License to Kill.
That's the greatest. And we'll cover it next week. Summer of '89. It was a particular perfect summer in a weird way. It's like the summer we had grown up being movie fans, and now we were being like rewarded with another Indiana Jones and another Lethal Weapon, another Ghostbusters, another Star Trek. It was just such a vindication, or I think as critics now would put it, the beginning of the end of Hollywood. Of course, the critics at the time are calling it already the end of Hollywood. So catch up, modern grumps.
Yeah, but we didn't have summers like that in the 90s. I don't think we had. Did we? I mean, we had big movies.
Well, I mean, they tried, but nothing was like 89. 89 was just
89 was like the last run, I think, that started in 84 of that kind of summer. But look, you open up this magazine. Whoop,
look at that. And anticipating a movie for a year was brand new. So that Batman poster you just showed there went up in Times Square 1 year before it would premiere. And that entire year, everyone just looked at that Batman symbol, and people were getting Batman carved into the back of their heads. People had the Batman t-shirts. Like, it was a outpouring of love of a comic book character like I'd never seen. I did, even Superman the movie kind of like came and went as, oh, that Marlon Brando vehicle, like it was like it was good, but it didn't start any revolutions. People weren't, just going, Superman forever now. It was just a thing. But man,
we'll do that next week, and there's fun games to play with this too, like who's on the cover of what premiere, what month. We'll see if you guys can guess in the chat. Because that's fun. We got some fun stuff there. But if you don't know Premiere Magazine, it's the greatest movie magazine in the world. That's absolutely. Empire. What Empire is today, Premiere was in the 80s and 90s, up to 2000. Like it went through mid 2000s, then it stopped. And I have every episode or every issue, every edition is in my garage because garage.
Yeah. So. Yeah, no, my parents got a free subscription the first year of that because they were Rolling Stone subscribers. So I got a free year of Premiere Magazine. I could quiz you of who is on the first cover of the first Premiere. I only would ask that because I know it and you know it, and nobody else we would know. Certainly when we met back in 95, this would be the sort of thing that you and I would both know. They'd be like, nobody else talks on this level. Who's on the cover of the very first Premiere Magazine, Paul?
Dan Aykroyd and Tom Hanks.
Sure is. Dragnet, baby. Dragnet. And that really kind of launched my real obsession with movies, I think. Like that summer was a good one. You had Lethal Weapon, you had Dragnet, Spaceballs, RoboCop, Full Metal Jacket. I didn't see that, but
Beverly Hills Cop 87 might be my favorite year for movies, even though it doesn't have any indie in it. Boy, do I love that lineup. So good.
Yeah. Did I leave anything out? But that was
87.
Yeah.
Lethal Weapon, Raising Arizona, Moonstruck.
Okay.
Broadcast News, one of my all time. The Untouchables, Wall Street, on and on and on. I love. That's a great year.
Yeah.
RoboCop, you mentioned. Full Metal Jacket. Oh, I don't know why I have this here, but here's this. So, 30th anniversary of Empire Strikes Back. How do you screw that lower third up? Newscast.
Is that? I mean, look at that heart to the left of his shoulder there. That looks like the Love American Style heart, which a show he was on.
Oh yeah, he was, wasn't he?
He was on Love American Style. He got punched out. We got to play some clips from his TV stuff. Do you know he got punched out by the professor from Gilligan's Island?
Russell Johnson.
Yeah, Russell Johnson punched out Harrison Ford. That's a great clip. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if that was Love American Style, but it was, something. Brannigan, one of those cop shows or something.
Yeah,
Brannigan. They were all named something like that.
What else do I have in the computer here that we can burn through?
What is that? More Nicolas Cage?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Sorry, this is the Ford Fiesta. So we should be playing this instead. Well, last week we played Ford on the Late Late Show with Stephen Colbert. Flipping things up from nighttime to daytime. He appeared on the Today Show. Here's a small clip.
Great. He's everywhere.
People talk about the conditions on these sets of the prequels, the rugged outdoors.
They don't talk about it. They complain about it.
Okay, are you among the complainers, or are you a sturdier sort?
I'm down with it. It's sometimes bloody cold.
Range war's already started.
You're really on those horses. I heard some of your co-stars said you went fast, like they had to catch up with you.
Well, the horse went fast, and I went with it. The reality of the thing is amazing. I mean, we're out there with 1,200 sheep, 800 head of cattle.
How does that add to it? Add to your work and what you're trying to do?
Well, you're really there, really doing it. I mean, when we're out there with the cows, we're herding the cows. The actors and a bunch of real cowboys.
That just goes to what Mara said about Harrison Ford's horseback riding as a real equestrian, commenting that he knows what he's doing on that horse. He's not faking it. He's not doing it in a way that would hurt the horse. He just seems legit. And he continues to be that today, 80 or 78 or 79, however old he was when he shot this, just out there doing it in the real everything. And I love the real everything, me. To stop with the CGI and get out there and herd cattle. Your show is going to look a lot better. And 1923 certainly does for making that choice.
And Paul, so when I pulled the voiceover for the AI, it was from a couple flying documentaries that he had done. One about the Vietnam helicopter pilots, where there's a good movie on that, by the way. And then another one, he did an intro to, and I think we'll do a segment once I can put these together of just him flying and stuff. It's really cool. But you've never felt like less of a man than watching Harrison Ford prepare to take off in a helicopter, an airplane. Like he's just, doing all the stuff on a helicopter, putting the thing on. He's got the, and just like, and he's flying. He rides horses. He's a carpenter. He can fly. It's just, it's incredible.
I am not a man. That's what I've learned doing this show.
Oh my God.
I am not a man.
Talking this much about Harrison Ford. Oh my God. I am not a man.
What else do I have here? Let's clean up.
I got something funny.
I got this. This was from CNN. Harrison Ford cracked the whip on too many jokes about age. So basically, he said saying old jokes won't help the movie any. Now, if behavior leads to an old joke, then at least you're doing something, and it could be humor within it. So that's the goal, I think, of the new script, or the way it changed on set with his input. He didn't want to just like have old jokes. There's no point to an old joke in an Indiana Jones movie. Don't you see all those like Indiana Jones and the Walker of Destiny or whatever? Like that shit is tired, and pictures of him all rag and stuff. It's like, come on, there's better things to do with technology, like create things like
I can't stand it. I know you planned it. I'm gonna set it straight. This Watergate.
Okay, I got the age jokes thing. First of all, we burned out that engine with Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. That's all the jokes they made then.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going to be getting this thing with his walker. That's like 16 years ago or something. It's like, all right. It's like when superhero movies started becoming big or whatever, like, what are they going to make? An Aquaman movie? What's next? Ant-Man? Like, it's like, yeah. And then they did Guardians of the Galaxy and nobody could make that joke because they'd out smart-ass people, because it's like, even the people that are like, what are you going to do? Some low-tier superhero like Ant-Man? They don't know who anybody in Guardians of the Galaxy is, So,
what else do I have here? Oh, this is interesting. If you look at the bottom tweet, how cool is this stuff? Found in the loft of the late Peter Mayhew, who played Chewbacca in the original Star Wars. Scripts, call sheets, and clippings now being sold by an auction. And the Peter Mayhew Foundation, led by, I believe, his wife or perhaps his daughter. We moved out of this house. Peter's movement challenges made it impossible for him to get into the attic to get the rest of these memories. It breaks my heart to see our belongings auctioned off like this. So the auction company went, whoa, hey, not our intent. If there's, we just saw this stuff, it was given to us, and we were going to give it to somebody who loves it, and clearly whoever loves it would bid. But they said, forget it, we'll pull it off the block, and they gave it back to the Mayhew family. So I think that's a good move by Rydale Auction.
Yeah.
And Angus Ashworth, I guess there's the two auction companies doing this. So good. It's a feel-good story about things that belong to Peter Mayhew being returned to the Mayhew family.
Yeah,
they can do and they're going to do other things with it, I believe. Either auction them off for the money to go to that foundation, or get them into some kind of museum or something. But yeah, it's weird to often see like, wait, who has the original lightsaber from whatever it is? It's some rich douche. So it's better that it goes to who they went to.
Paul, I'm gonna have to update our I have a guest here. Hold on a second. Oh, we're a little over time. Oh my God, did he text me 20 minutes ago?
What?
I lost track of time. I have a guest coming over. Hold on a second.
Wait, to be in the show?
No, just visiting me. Hold on 1 second.
We can end the show, Adam, if you have a guest.
I do, but let me go find him real quick. Well,
okay. Go get him.
Hold on a second. All right, be right back.
Like I don't have stuff to play. This is hilarious. All right, Adam. Adam's going to, because he has someone coming to his house in the middle of our show. So let's go to a commercial.
You okay, miss?
I'm fine, thanks. My horse. Thanks a lot.
Honda, legend. Honda Coolio.
I didn't know the truth was mine. I never meant for you to feel this way. Drive! I never meant for you to feel this way. Feel this way. Can't touch you from fiction.
Oh, I get it.
What a crazy incident I've found myself in.
All right, so I'm going to end on this, and then when Connor shows up, I think I'm going to put the headphones on him and play the Beastie Boys, Harrison Ford, and see if he gets a similar laugh. But for the audience, for kids. But I wanted to say, I ended up in this is my final point here. I ended up in a hole. And I was obsessing on this photo right here, which is for sale on allposters.com. And because I just love, and it's a larger one too. You can see the whole room or whatever. So I really want to get this poster and frame it on. And so I was going to buy it from allposters.com, but I really loved the examples they showed of where this poster might work in your house. There's like 10 of them. Maybe it could go.
Yeah.
Or it could go there. There you can see it's the full photo with the dining room table. Or maybe it would go good in your library. This is so ridiculous. Or maybe above the fireplace.
That's where that should go, right? Not a mirror.
Okay, that's what you think.
Family
really?
portrait.
You don't think maybe you're just your nook, like a nook? Or maybe your hutch, just a hutch or something like that. I just thought that was funny.
Yeah, Vistaprint does it every time you're checking out with whatever Christmas card you're making. They're like, how about a mug with the same picture on it? Like,
right, with that on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, next week we'll be back with the script for Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
And the summer of 89.
And then we'll cover the summer of 89 and all the greatness that was during the Last Crusade. What was the atmosphere around Last Crusade when it came out? So yeah, we'll get to the bottom of that as well.
Yeah. We're going to take you back in time next week. It's going to be good.
Right. There you go. There's no room where that picture would not work.
That's because he's the cream of the crop.
I'm the cream of the crop. I rise to the top. I never eat a pig because a pig is a cop. Or better yet,
who's there? Connor's
like
there?
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, from New York. So we're going to go, I don't know, hike, grab something to eat or something. He didn't know how to enter my domicile as I'm kind of ensconced, as you know.
Yes, you don't just walk up and knock on the door.
No, you're like, what? Huh?
So how are we ending this show then? Just play the thing, or is he going to?
What an incredible waste of time. What an incredible.
Yeah, all right, never mind. I'll play it for him later. He can. Yeah, let's just.
Yeah. You got a whole lot to play for him.
I do.
In the meantime, we'll play the exit.
I know you planned it. I'm going to set it straight. This Watergate, I can't stand rocking when I'm in here, because your crystal ball ain't so crystal clear. So while you sit back and wonder why I got this fucking thorn in my side, oh my God, it's a mirage. I'm telling y'all, it's sabotage.
I'm telling you, it's sabotage.
It's sabotage. All right. So this has been something.
It's been amount of time that one could call a show. We'll see you next week.
Luke Skywalker and Han Solo rescued the princess, destroyed the Death Star, but their story didn't end there.
I'm the cream of
Now, the creators of the biggest smash hit of all time bring you the next episode in the Star Wars saga, The Empire Strikes Back. Continuing story of our
I can't stand it. I know you planned it. I'm going to set it straight.
Princess
this Watergate,
Leia,
I can't stand
Han
rocking
Solo,
when I'm in here.
C-3PO,
Your crystal ball ain't so crystal
R2-D2,
clear.
and Chewbacca.
So while you sit back
and introducing Lando Calrissian. It's an epic of romance.
Waste of time. I can't stand it. I know you planned it. I'm going to set it straight. This Watergate,
Of
I
heroes
can't stand
and villains.
Coming soon countdown. I'm the cream of the crop. I rise to the top.
They cross
I never eat a
trackless
pig that's
voids
big
to
as a
unknown
dog.
worlds.
Or better yet, a Terminator like Arnold Schwarzenegger trying to play me out like as if my name was Satan. But I ain't going out.
A galactic odyssey against oppression.
I can't stand it. I know you planned it. I'm going to set it straight.
A big, new, sprawling space adventure in the Star Wars saga, The Empire Strikes Back. Coming to your galaxy next summer.
What an incredible waste of time.